Hey guys, it's Beaver. So we're going to be talking about Destini Smothers. Now, she was originally a missing woman out of New York, 26. She was missing for a while. Last seen with her boyfriend, she was supposed to celebrate her birthday, and then the following day go to a funeral, as to which she did not show up to this funeral. Boyfriend showed up to the funeral and said that, she had jumped out of the car. So, and they got in a fight. Now, apparently, she has done this before. Like, if they get in a fight, she's like, I need space, or whatever it may be. So, and he tells mom this. So, initially, they buy it. He goes to the funeral. She does not show up. And he has not been seen since. So, today we're going to look into this story. And we're just going to kick it out here. And I was able to find... And one of my subscribers, Queen Ebony, she sent me some information about this guy, at least a picture. So we could be on the lookout for this guy because, before they found her body, he was missing. I mean, it's similar to Gabby Petito in that aspect. So, and her case is important. So let's dive into this article, and then we're going to watch a video, and then we are going to look at Mr. Flake. 4 months after Destini Smothers was found dead and decomposing in the trunk of her car in Queens, and it wasn't even her car, it was his car. Her grieving mom has come to spend the summer in the city in a last-ditch effort to find justice for her slain daughter. Frustrated by lack of information from NYPD on the unsolved homicide, Loretta King has relocated to from Birmingham to Rockaway in Queens, where her daughter grew up, to search for answers in person. And I completely applaud her for getting justice for her daughter. Since this whole thing has been going on, NYPD has not reached out to me not one time. She said with a voice pained, I call the detectives, and every time it's, oh, he's not in. I need to know where you're at with this case because it's my daughter. An NYPD spokesperson declined to discuss any specifics of the case, but said investigation is active and ongoing and no arrests were made. Well, shocker. That is the go-to for what they tell these families. And this is a common thing with families. And I'm not saying it's for any reason. I'm sure it's tapped. I'm sure they can't talk. I'm sure there's a plethora of reasons. But, I mean, these are their loved ones. You can at least pick up the phone and talk for 3 minutes to, a distraught family member. I'm pretty sure you can do that. Very much, it's like with anything else. You want somebody, if they're handling something so sensitive and so personal to you in your life, you expect the people handling it to be personable to a degree, to be open, have integrity while covering their loved ones' cases and investigating it. I mean, I digress. The only update King has gotten from NYPD, she says, is a new finding on her daughter's cause of death. Get this. A bullet to the head. Instead of initial conclusion, a blow to the head that cracked her skull. Yeah, they initially said that it was blunt force trauma and brain injury that killed her. The detective told King it might make her feel better knowing that her daughter didn't suffer much. I don't know. I'm going to digress on that as well. That don't ease my pain, yeah. The news, King told the news in her first interview about the case, I found out my daughter was killed for the first time all over again. I had to relive that trauma. November 3rd, Smothers celebrated her 26th birthday at Barlow Woodside, Queens, with some friends and a longtime boyfriend, Kareem Flake. Although they had been living together in upstate Troy, the couple were in town for Flake's grandmother's funeral the next day. Now, she was very close with his grandmother. Let's see. I'm not going to read this. It's pretty long, but it will be linked in the description below. All she was talking about was her birthday. She wanted to be with family and have fun. The morning after the party, Smothers was supposed to meet her mother and go shopping. She never showed up, and she was absent at the funeral later that day. I know she would not have missed that funeral. That's where she says they were close, the grandmother and Destini. I called his Flake's phone. Where is your half at? Where's your other half at? He said, oh, she jumped out of the car mad because she wanted to hang with her friends. He recalled, or she recalled. You just telling me she vanished into thin air? I know my daughter, she added. My daughter and I are closer than close. It didn't sit right with me. So, I'm going to read a little bit more. I do want to get to this one part. We're going to watch a video, but I don't even have to read it. The mother and another family member, they go and they sit at her grave and they speak to her. The mother has been on foot. She's been driving out to every resource she can. She has been trying to do everything she can to get justice for her daughter and bring her killer to justice. So we're going to watch a video and then we're going to show you Mr. Flake and what you need to be on the lookout for. Now, article was from the Daily News, and this is from CBS 2 YouTube page.
Discovery in Queens. A tow truck crew found a woman's body this morning as they were moving a car.
Investigators say the body was found in the trunk, and it's believed to be a 26-year-old mother who disappeared in November. CBS 2's Lisa Rosner live now in South Ozone Park with more details. Lisa?
Well, Christina Maurice, for months, the family of Destini Smothers looked for clues from here in Queens all the way to the Albany area where she is from. And this morning here on 150th Street Avenue and Lefferts Boulevard is where police spent the morning and afternoon investigating the vehicle where her body was found. A morning tow of an abandoned vehicle led to some closure for the family of 26-year-old Destini Smothers of Troy, New York. Police say a tow truck driver hitching this black vehicle experienced a mechanical issue with it and opened the trunk.
Those of y'all that have been following the channel, this as far as like Malia Davis. Now her case, she went missing for a while. And boyfriend initially, well, he was the ex. She went to collect items. She didn't go by herself. And personal items from a family member. They were going through a messy breakup. But he left. He had a car. Car was missing. Couldn't really pin down too much about him for a little bit. But then they eventually found her in the trunk of the car. I mean, it's just awful. It's just awful.
Instead, it was a deceased woman, which police believe is Smothers. Heartbroken family consoled each other today.
She was a loving person. She didn't deserve this. You know, we search. I know the police have a lot of job to do, but I feel like her life could have been something more serious. We've been giving her runarounds for moms.
Back in November, Smothers' family told us the Troy, New York resident was last seen November 3rd, celebrating her birthday at a bowling alley in Woodside. Relatives said she left with her boyfriend, but the two got into an argument on the Grand Central Parkway and she jumped out. The family said she'd done that before, and the boyfriend usually picked her up. The family says the car being towed away today is his.
But that was his car. That was the car he was driving. The car went missing. She went missing. So it all leads to points to him. I don't understand how he did that, but he did it. And we found the car. The car is found now. She's found. And he's still missing.
Police did not say if the boyfriend is a person of interest. The medical examiner will determine the cause of death.
It's preliminary, ongoing. Obviously, we're going to track down all leads, be it cause, persons of interest.
We knew that we was going to find her, but I just didn't believe we was going to find her like this. Somebody's going to have to pay. She's a fighter. She didn't go out. She fought.
So I wanted to say, too, there's another news clip, and this wasn't the one. But the mother goes on to say that when she's talking to this boyfriend, he gets in her car, right? He takes her to where, because his car comes up missing. Very funny, right? So immediately after, like, he takes her, the mother talks in an article, interview, he takes her to where she jumped out of the car at. So, it's just disgusting. It's just disgusting. So let's hop into these pictures and what you need to be on the lookout about. So this is Kareem Flake. Now, I only got 2 pictures of this guy, and I'm not saying there's no one out there, but I didn't see a press release. I would assume he's a suspect. I don't know why he wouldn't be a suspect. He immediately, look at Brian Laundrie. It's super similar in that aspect. And he needs to be found. He needs to answer. He needs to say what happened. Why do you have your dead girlfriend in the trunk of your car, sir? Where are you? Where have you been? And stop doing this to the family. It's gross. It's gross. You've already made your grand statement when you took this girl's life, right? So give her family some peace. And let me share this. I got one more photo. And thank you, Queen Ebony, for sending this to me because, it wasn't, I couldn't find barely anything on this guy. Now, maybe I didn't look in the right places, but the normal places I looked, there was nothing, no nothing. And this is a picture of him and her. So it's not much, but it is a picture. A lot of times with anything else, you don't know unless you know, right? So if you don't know, you're looking at a missing person or perhaps the suspect of a murder. This is what he looks like. This is, he's like, they have a zoomed in picture, but it's not really good at all. So yeah, let me see. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys, that's all I got for this one. Destini Smothers, please rest in peace. Say some prayers for her family and everybody involved. Say some prayers for the NYPD that they can get this crime solved and she doesn't fall to the wayside. And that's all I got for this one. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'll keep up with this. If I hear any more, bring it to the channel. If you have to dislike, just make sure you hit it twice. It's super important. Prayers for Destini and her family, her kids. She was a mother, It's just too much sadness to go around. Y'all have a good one.